Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 for this tutorial on how to build this mansion. Here in this video, we're going to go ahead and bring up the exterior walls for the second floor of the house, and I'm going to top off the roof for the lower sides of the house. I went ahead and gathered up the blocks we're going to be using here in part 2. So I have some pillar quartz blocks, white concrete, gray concrete, white stained glass panes, quartz stairs, blocks of quartz and quartz slabs, andesite stairs, dark oak fences, a flower pot, and some blue orchids. So I'm going to start with my pillar quartz block, and you see all these pillars that we got going on here in the front. You want to go ahead and add 6 more blocks of pillar quartz on top of those. So I'll start right here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now there should be a total of 15 pillar quartz blocks. So I'm going to go through and add another 6 on top of all these pillars here in this front middle section. Okay, so there we go, an extra 6 on top of those pillars here in the front. Now let's go to the back. As you can see, it's a little bit lower back here. So we want to go ahead and add an extra 8 on top of all these pillars. So they're the same height as the front. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, there we go. We brought up all the pillars for this middle section. Next, head back on up to the front side of the house, and we're going to start filling in the windows for the middle section here. So we have 4 windows here at the front. So it's going to be the same way that we did them at the first floor. So grab your gray concrete. We're going to have 4 right here. Skip over 2, have another 4. Grab your quartz stairs, have 2 upside down in between the concrete. Switch to your white stained glass panes. Fill all of this in with a total of 6. And then we're going to have a little decoration right underneath the window with our quartz stairs. So you can have 2 upside down quartz stairs like that. And then 1 curving on each side. And then we are going to have a flower pot, and then whichever flower you want to use is going to be as a little decoration on top of this. I guess it's kind of like a flower bed, but not really. It's just a little extra decoration I like to add. So let's go through and do all the other windows. So 3 more here at the front. And now I'm going to switch to my white concrete after we do all of those, and I'm going to fill in the rest of the empty space. So we'll go from the back side right here, and pretty much we'll just start with these 2 spaces right behind the pillar. We'll fill this in, and then right along here in between all the empty space where the window is. So you can just bring it all up to the same height as the pillars that we have. So 2 extra layers of white concrete above the window. Alright, so it's looking like this. I'm going to go through and do it everywhere else, and we'll stop it right here, right up against the edge of this pillar. So like that. Let's go ahead and do the same to this side. Alright, there we go. So now from here, it is looking like this. Now let's add another little decoration in between the pillars. So you can start by grabbing your quartz stairs, and we'll head on over here right underneath the window on the second floor. And we're going to place a quartz stair here and here, like that. In between those stairs, grab some quartz slabs and fill it in with 4. Underneath that, grab some quartz stairs and place them so they're facing up in this direction. And now you could go underneath here and have 2 upside down quartz stairs on each side. So it looks like that. We're going to go ahead and do that for the other 3 spaces in between the pillars. Okay, there we go. I thought that just added a little extra decoration to the front side of the house, adds a bit more, so that's just not an empty space. So it's looking like this. I'm at the back side of the house now, and we're gonna have something a little bit different than windows like we did at the front. Here at the back, we're gonna have some small balconies. So you can start with your full blocks of quartz, and we're still gonna be lined up with the windows like we were at the front side of the house. So you can have 4 blocks of quartz like that. Keep in mind you should have 2 spaces of white concrete above the window, or like pretty much in between the window and this quartz here. So we're going to go ahead and have 4 more in every other space. Okay, there we go. And now let's go ahead and switch to our white concrete. We'll go from this side. And we have 2 spaces right here. We could go ahead and just fill in, bring it up to the same height as the pillar. And then we have 3 spaces here. We'll go ahead and fill in as well. And then we have 1 space here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that for this side as well. Let's go from the other side again. We're going to switch to our white stained glass panes. And I'm here kind of like towards the right side, looking at it from the back. And I'm going to have 4 white stained glass panes going up like that. And then another 4 next to it. Or actually, we are going to have a handle, so let's just have 1 here and then 2 like that, leaving this space empty. Because you can then switch to your dark oak fence. We're going to have a little handle like that. Now switch to your white stained glass panes again, and we're going to have 4 over here going up. And then switch to your quartz stairs and have 4 upside down above the panes. And then switch to your white concrete and have 2 extra layers above the quartz stairs like that. And there we go. Now, over here, we're going to do the same thing, except the white stained glass panes, just the 4 is going to be on this side, and then the extra row will be on this side. So we have 4 here, then 1, 2 like that, and then the handle. So as you can see, that side and that side. Okay? So the sides where the just the 1 row are closer to each other. Then 4 upside down quartz stairs. And now your white concrete. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this side. So 2 rows of white stained glass panes here, with the empty space for the handle, 1 row on that side. And then the 1 row right here, and the 2 rows here. Alright, so we have all of those marked out. So it's looking like this. Now we're going to start shaping out the balconies. So it's going to be a total of 4. Okay, for the balcony, make sure you have your quartz stair. We'll head on over here to this side first. Make sure you're on the same layer as these full blocks of quartz that we have here. And you can place a quartz stair in that direction. And then 1 like that, so they kind of curve together. Then we're going to have another one here. and then another one here. And we'll leave it at that. Let's go to this side, have one in that direction, one like that, curve another one here, and another one here. And now you should be left with 2 spaces, which you could just bring together like that. For the empty space, we'll grab our full blocks of quartz and fill this in. So let's just go ahead and do that for all the other spaces. So a stair like that on each side, curve one together like this, curve another one in, then back out, and then curve it all together with the remaining 2 spaces, and then your full blocks of quartz. Alright, let's go ahead and do it 2 more times over here. Alright, there we go. You can then switch back to your quartz, or your quartz stairs. We're gonna have one, just like the bottom one that we did, like that, right on top of these stairs. Then we'll have one curve like this, and then curve in, pretty much exactly like we did at the bottom, and then curve like this. And we're gonna stop it here with the stairs. And then we're just gonna have 2 quartz slabs. So pretty much just follow along the bottom, and then instead of 2 stairs, we have 2 slabs here. So I'll go ahead and do it again. So we're gonna have a stair facing in this direction on each side. And then we're gonna curve a stair right next to it. And then bring it in. Then back out. And then your quartz slabs. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do it on this side now. Alright, it's looking like that. The last thing we have left to do, we're gonna go underneath here with our quartz slabs. And we're going to have, let's see, 4 like this, 2 like that, and then another 2 here. So I'll do it again. We have 4 right there, another 2 on that layer, and then 2 more right underneath. Go to this side, do the same thing. Okay, there we go. So we have those little balconies marked out, looking good. And let's see, we could do the sides now. We'll go ahead on this side and that side. We'll fill it in. We have pretty much just one window on this side and on that side. And then the rest is pretty much just white concrete. And then after we do that, I guess we'll go ahead and bring up these middle sections here. And then we'll top off the sides with the lower roof. So I'll head on. I'm at the front side, and we're gonna head to the front left over here and fill in this wall first. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the window here at the back side. And what I'm actually gonna do is leave this part empty because I want to bring up the roof and then just follow along the white concrete along the stairs because I don't want to fill it all completely in. So let's head on over here. We're gonna add an extra 2 layers of white concrete on top of this part here, like that. So now there should be a total of 4 blocks of white concrete above the window. And then we're gonna fill in an extra space here at the left. And now you could just have another window just like we did at the bottom. Just line it up. We have 4 gray concrete on each side, 2 upside down quartz stairs, your white stained glass panes, and then we'll fill in the rest of the space with white concrete. And then we're gonna have another little decoration here with 2 upside down quartz stairs in the middle, and then an upside down quartz stair curving it together on each side. And we'll go ahead and do the flower pots and the flowers last. So let's head on over to this side, and we're going to do the same thing over here. So we have those two windows marked out. So now, here, let's head on up to the front, and we'll start shaping out these middle sections here. And there is, I guess it's not too complex. I'm gonna try to go as slow as I can, but there is a lot to it, so I'll take it slow. So I'm here at the front side. Make sure you have your full block of quartz. We're gonna go behind these pillars. We're gonna add full blocks of quartz going all the way up. Do the same on this side. And then go behind that layer of full blocks of quartz that you just placed and place another layer. So there's 2 in total behind the pillar. So it looks like that. Okay, now you can switch to your quartz stair. We'll head down here at the bottom and make sure you're on this layer of full blocks of quartz. And you want to go up until you're on the 6th layer. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you could place an upside down sideways quartz stair on each side. On top of that, you could place a full block of quartz. Switch back to your quartz stair. Place one sideways on each side like that. On top of it, place another full block of quartz on each side. And then an upside down quartz stair facing in that direction. Okay, now make sure you still have your quartz stair. We're gonna place one here on that, like right next to the full block of quartz. So we have the full block of quartz here and then the quartz stair. And then we're gonna have another quartz stair sideways and upside down right along where that full block of quartz is on each side. And then we're going to have an upside down quartz stair just like this one here. So let's go ahead and place one like that. We'll place it upside down and you could delete the one in the back. So it's looking like this. Okay, now on top of all those quartz stairs we just placed, first let's grab our quartz slab. We're going to have one like that. Back to your quartz stair. And we're going to have them facing up on top of the quartz stairs that we have here. So we have one here and one here. Go on this side, do the same thing. So it's looking like that. We'll go ahead and I'll stop real quick. You could pause the video, maybe take a look at it. Next, make sure you have your full block of quartz. We're going to go from the other side. And right behind here, we have to fill in a full block of quartz there. And then follow along these blocks of quartz. So we have one here and one here. And then 3 here. Like that. We'll go ahead and have another one up here. So it's looking like this from this side. Okay, now switch to your white stained glass panes. We'll go back towards the front. And you want to make sure to bring up the glass panes all the way up until you meet up with the full block of quartz that we just placed. Go ahead and do that on each side. And then go up here at the top, fill in the 3 spaces here. And then another row of 3. And another row of 3. And we'll go ahead and do one more row. So we have a total of 4. Now, down here at the bottom, bring the 3 spaces in on each side one more. Curve out this bottom one. And then skip one and curve out another one here. Switch to your dark oak wood fences. And those are going to be the handles, and that is the front door. Okay. And we are going to have some more glass up here, but first we got to shape out the other set of stairs here at the top. But for now, this is what we have. So it looks like this from this side. And then it is like this from this side. So I head back up to the front, and we'll start shaping out the final set of stairs there at the top. Okay, make sure you have your quartz stair. And I'm gonna go here towards the top. I'm gonna head on to the right side first. And you wanna place a quartz stair right next to this full block of quartz. So we are, like, here's the top layer that we placed earlier. We're on that second layer here. And in one, like that. We'll go ahead and place another quartz stair there. I'm sorry if I'm saying like quartz stair a lot. Pretty much all of this is quartz stairs. So I'm trying to make this as easy to follow as possible because I can understand that this could be a bit confusing, as you can see. So now, on top of the full block of quartz, or on top of these stairs, you want a full block of quartz. Back to your stairs. We're gonna have it like that on each side. And then let's go ahead. What should we do? Should we just leave it like that for now? Because I can't really place a block. We'll leave it like that for now. And then a quartz stair on each side, right next to that full block of quartz. On top of these quartz stairs real quick, let's add another full block of quartz. And now we could actually add our upside down quartz stair here. Okay. Then another sideways stair on each side, like that, next to that full block of quartz. All right. Grab a full block of quartz. We're gonna have one here, like one there, and then one here. One here, whoops, and one here. And then an upside down quartz stair facing in that direction. And we aren't gonna have a slab or anything because this is all gonna be filled in with full blocks of quartz, and then it's gonna start the shape of the main roof. So it's looking like this. So it's like similar to the bottom. All right. And now let's go from the other side. Have your full block of quartz. We're gonna fill in one here. And then just another layer behind all these blocks, like that. So the same way that we did it at the bottom, as you can see. Okay. And now all this space here is going to be white stained glass panes, so you can switch to those. Make sure you're on the same layer as this first layer of glass panes, so right here. And you could just go ahead and fill this all in. Okay, so from here, it is looking like that, as you can see. And then when we go from the outside, it looks like this. So we'll go ahead and start shaping out this little section here for the middle of the roof. And then after we do that, we'll bring up the lower roofs on each side of the house. We'll finish up those windows that we got over there, those quartz windows, and then we'll leave it at that for part 2 pretty much. We have a couple little extra things to add, but let's go ahead and finish up this middle section. Oh man, I totally forgot. We still have to do this at the back side. Okay, so yeah, after we do it here, we're gonna do the exact same thing at the back side, and then we have this middle part done. Now let's finish the shape here at the top. So make sure you have your quartz stair. And we're gonna start the little overhang here at the front side. It'll make it a bit easier so we can start shaping out the actual triangle part of the roof. So make sure you have your quartz stair. And we're going to be on the pillar quartz block here. Make sure you're on the same layer as this sideways quartz stair. We're gonna place one like that. Then make sure you have a quartz slab. Place it right next to it. Then a quartz stair sideways like that. And then you just want to bring this along, and we'll go ahead and stop it until we're lined up with the pillar here. And now as you can see, we have some empty space back here in between these pillars, which you could then fill in with some full blocks of quartz. And underneath that, switch to your quartz slabs and add a layer right underneath, right above the window. So you should have half, like a gap that is half a block right here of white concrete still. Okay, so it's looking like that. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So switch to your quartz stair, place one right here, then have a slab, quartz stair, and then just bring it along until you're lined up with the final pillar, like that. Full blocks of quartz behind those stairs in between these pillars, and then the quartz slabs underneath. Okay, so it's looking like that. Now let's start shaping out the triangle here in the middle. Switch back to your quartz stair. We're going to have one like that on the corner on top of that slab. Then we'll have one upside down on its side like that. We'll go ahead and do the same on this side, so one there and one there. Okay, now go up again on each side, have one sideways. And then we'll have a full block of quartz. And then one upside down on its side like that. So I'll go back, you can take a look at it. And then we're going to have another one on top. Then upside down again, and sideways, on top of that, upside down, and a slab. And now we have a little space that we have to fill in there with the full blocks of quartz. Let's go from this side. We'll fill in 3 here, and then 1 on top of that. So now when you look at it from this side, it is looking like that. I'll go ahead and sit here. You can maybe pause the video and take a look at it. So now we actually have this part all done here at the front. Looking good. So now we're going to do the exact same thing at the back. And after we do that, I'll go ahead and I'm thinking, will we have time to do the roof on each side? Because this actually took a while. I think what I'm going to do is just do the same thing at the back like we did here at the front. And we'll probably just leave it at that for part 2. And in part 3, we'll finish the house. So we have the roof to top off on each side. Then the roof in the middle. We have some windows and stuff. And then, yeah, then we'll like do the landscaping in probably like part 4. So, let's go towards the back. We're going to do the exact same thing that we did at the front. So if you found it maybe a little bit confusing at the front, I'm going to do it one more time here at the back. I'm not going to skip over it or anything. Because once again, I can understand that this part could be a little bit confusing. So, I'll do it one more time here at the back. I'll take it slow so that you can follow along again. Alright, make sure you have your full blocks of quartz. And we're going to go behind these pillars. And remember, we're going to add 2 layers right behind it. So we got one there and one here. Do the same on this side. Alright, looking like that. Switch to your quartz stair. Make sure you are lined up with this set of full blocks of quartz, and you want to be on the 6th layer. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to place an upside down, sideways quartz stair on each side. Then a full block of quartz on top of it. A quartz stair right next to that. Another full block of quartz on top of those. Upside down quartz stair in the middle. And then on top of that quartz stair in the middle, we're going to have a full block of quartz. Alright, now back to your quartz stair. We'll have one on each side right next to the full block of quartz. We'll do it right here as well. And then an upside down quartz stair like that. And then we'll have a slab on top of that. Back to your quartz stairs. We'll have one on each side. On top of those stairs like that. Okay. Now, let's go from the other side. Grab your full blocks of quartz. We're pretty much just lining up with the blocks of quartz that we already have. So we're going to go right along here. Like that. So it's just like we did at the other side. So now, let's grab our white stained glass panes. And we're going to go on the very back side of the quartz that we got here. We'll fill it all in. With 2 layers on each side. Let me go from this side. fill all this in. And then we have our little doorway here. So we'll bring it up. Whoops. We'll have one at the bottom, one on the third layer. Have our handle here with the dark oak fence. And then the rest of this with the glass here in the middle. Okay, so we have the first section done, looking like that. Alright, and then from this side. Okay, looking good. Now, we'll go ahead and start doing the top layer. Okay, make sure you have your quartz stair. We're gonna go on this layer of the full blocks of quartz. We're gonna place a quartz stair on each side, leaving one layer here at the top. Then switch to your full block of quartz, place one on top of the stair. A stair on each side. Full block of quartz on top of that. And an upside down stair facing in that direction. And then go ahead and have a stair on each side right next to that full block of quartz. Go ahead and do it on this layer as well. And then we're gonna have a full block of quartz there. Upside down stair, and no slab or anything because it's gonna be full blocks of quartz on top of all those. So now let's actually go ahead and do that. Switch to your full blocks of quartz. We'll place a total of 2 on each side and then 1 in the middle. And now let's go from the inside here. And we're just gonna follow along the full blocks of quartz. So we have 2 like this, and then 1 there. We'll go ahead and have, I guess we'll like fill that in as well. Okay, and now all of this is gonna be filled in with white stained glass panes. Well, there we go. So we have it looking like this from this side. And then over here, it is looking like this. So it's looking all good. Now, let's go ahead and start doing a little overhang. We'll shape out the triangle space here. And then I think I'll go ahead and pretty much just leave it at that for part 2. Because this kind of took a lot more time than I thought. So, switch to your quartz stair. We'll have 1 on each side. On top of that, on the top layer of the pillar, right next to the quartz stair. And then we'll have a slab on each side, right next to that. And then a quartz stair, and then just bring it along right here, right in front of these pillars, until you're on the same layer as this pillar. Fill it in with the full blocks of quartz. And then your quartz slabs underneath. Let's do it on this side. So we have the slab there. We have a stair here. Bring it along and stop it here. Full blocks of quartz for the empty space, and then the quartz slabs. All right. And oh yeah, now let's go ahead and shape out the triangle space. Make sure you have your quartz stair. Place 1 on top of the slab like that on its side. We'll do it here as well. And then an upside down quartz stair like that right next to it. And then just upward and upside down, back and forth until you meet up at the middle. So we're gonna stop it right here. We'll do the same on this side. And then in the middle, we're gonna have 1 upside down in that direction, and then a slab. And now we have to fill in all that empty space behind these stairs with the full blocks of quartz. So right here, 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 and here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do it on these corners as well, like that. And I never did that over here. Let's go ahead and fill this in as well. Okay, so it looks like that. And looks like that. They're both the same? Yes. Okay. And now the back side for this little middle section is all done. So I tried to make that as easy to follow as possible. Sorry if it was confusing, but I did try my best. I was like repeating myself a lot. I know that part probably got really annoying because I kept like saying the same thing over and over, but I wanted to make sure that you guys got this right. So there we go. And now, yeah, I guess what I'll do is I'll pretty much just leave it at that. So let's go to the front. We'll grab our flower pot and whichever flower you want to use. And on top of all of these stairs that we have here, we'll go ahead and place 2 flower pots on that one, as well as here. And I'm just going to fill this in with some flowers. Adds a bit of color to the house, a little extra decoration. We'll go on the side. We have to do it here. We'll do it on this side as well. And then here at the back, I'm just going to have a couple. So we'll maybe have one there and one there. And then one here and one there. And now, like I said, I'll go ahead and leave it at that for part 2. So we pretty much just filled in the rest of the walls here for the second floor. This middle section was pretty time consuming. Otherwise, I probably would have done the roof on each side where the lower sides are. But I don't want these parts to be too long. So in part 3, we'll go ahead and bring up the roof. For those lower sections, we have to fill in the rest of the windows for the front and the back side on each side. And then we'll go ahead and top off the roof for the big middle section here. We have some roof windows and like little chimney decorations. And then that'll be all we do in part 3. So pretty much just topping off the roof of the house. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that for part 2. If this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll go ahead and see you in part 3.